We're going to keep talking about talent. If you guys saw the Times this morning, you got a preview of what we're talking about, but I don't want to spoil it. So I'm going to bring on Lloyd Braun and Tylerthecreator, and they can tell us what they're up to. Fine, I'm nervous. Hey, sir. How are you? Oh, I got a hug.
Hey, Peter.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Wow.
It's
oh,
impressive,
gosh.
isn't it?
It's your entire fan base.
This is my fan base. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all all right? You guys have vocal cords? How are you? All right. That's amazing.
They're a little intimidated, Tyler. They're big fans.
It's weird. Everyone here is so much older, and we probably don't have the same interests, but it's really cool. I don't want to be that guy, but it's all older Caucasian men and women here. Any black guys in the audience, just ask, yes! Yes, we have 2. 3, you're mixed. 2.5.
We're going to document all this. So we're very pleased.
Good luck, Peter.
Lloyd?
Yes.
Tyler? Tell us why you're here today. You've got a new project to talk about.
Yeah, we're launching a new business, our company, Whale Rock Industries, and the business is centered around taking really all our learnings from the digital side of our business over the last several years in terms of the tech platform we've built and the infrastructure we've built, along with our experience and production infrastructure for scripted and unscripted television and other movies and other content, to allow artists now to essentially create their own, shut up.
Lloyd.
I got to explain it.
Tyler wants you to speed it up.
Just get straight
Tyler,
to
why
the
don't you
point.
answer it?
We're just cutting out the middleman of how businesses work and just allowing people like myself just get straight to the point with whatever we do. So
Better answer.
that's our answer, which is just us getting straight to the point with things. So, for example, I won't even have to use Twitter anymore. What we're creating, I'll be able to engage with my fans just straight on, and everything that I do, from videos or any ideas that I have, whether it's original content or maybe one of my favorite movies that I want my fans to watch that they probably don't know about, it could all be on this thing that we're creating. So technically, I'm creating my own network. I'm creating my own MTV, my own Cartoon Network on this thing, and I'm happy that I have this guy, Lloyd, to give me that platform to.
So it's a hub, it's a platform, it's going to be Tyler. Does it have a name?
It's just basically my brain in one place.
Untethered.
And Lloyd's going to help build it and set it up for you. You going to charge money for access? People got to pay to see it?
We'll get there when time comes, when we get into more detail. I don't want to let too much out, but it's basically just my brain in one place. I have so many different business things that I'm doing that it's a platform where I could just let all of that live.
So we'll come back to you in a minute. But Lloyd, you're going to do this for a bunch of people, right?
Yeah, Tyler's the first. We're going to do it for a bunch of people.
So the Kardashians are on
Right,
board?
in the first wave, it's the Kardashians and Howard.
Howard Stern.
And we are, the way to look at it, as Tyler said, is Tyler's the network president, in essence, of his media hub. And there's going to be original content, licensed content. These are not fan clubs. There's certainly, we're appealing to the fan base without question, but he gets hungry during the interview, and that's just, it provides for any kind of content that exists in any form whatsoever.
And so you're going to do this for multiple people who are already famous, who
yeah,
already
but we're
have a
not bundling
presence.
them together. Each artist essentially can become its own media company, and we help facilitate that.
So this kind of seems like a very old idea. I remember in the Web 1.0, there was a company that actually went public called Artist Direct that was supposed to give everyone who was famous their own sort of digital hub.
A lot of these concepts, quite honestly, have been around for a long time, and everything has to sort of come together at the right time. You have to have, technology has to go to the place.
It's not even a concept. That's the thing, people think too hard. A person who creates things, putting things out without having a middleman isn't a deep concept. It's kind of like why wouldn't you do that? You get what I'm saying? Like, most people, when they have a book that they want to write, oh, I can't do this without a publisher and all this, or, oh, I make music, but I have to have a record label to do this. No, you don't. We live in a time where you could just do it all yourself.
But you are doing it yourself,
No,
right?
that's
You've got music deals, you've got a fashion line.
I started on Tumblr. I was running my own version of a record label on Tumblr, just releasing things just, by myself. So when you stated that, oh, this concept has been done before, it's not really a concept. It's just like, of course, as an artist, I'm gonna just put stuff out without having the middleman or the older white guy telling me, what to do. But
you got an older white guy sitting right here. You're working with him.
Well, I'm different. He facilitates. I'm running it. It's my vision, and he's just able to get things done. It's no middle. I am the middleman now. You get what I'm saying?
But I mean, you've always had like an agent, or you've got a manager backstage, right? Does he go away?
No, he's still there, like to deal with the stuff I don't want to deal with. Like, I don't want to talk to so-and-so about how much the check is or things like that. But I still get to just be the creative guy and do that stuff.
So is it more of an organization thing? Like, your fans know where to get all your stuff in one place?
Yeah, it's just in one spot. It's my whole world in one spot. Did you say who you were doing next?
Yeah, I did. If you were starting, if all of a sudden there was never, we had no media, and you were going to start it today in 2015, does anyone really believe we'd have the sort of archaic system that we have? You wouldn't. Distribution is ubiquitous now. You can connect directly to fans, and the business has developed in such a way where there are paradigms set up and revenue streams that exist, and they're very, very hard to break. But the truth of the matter is, there's a whole generation right now, and it's Tyler's, that don't know any other way of accessing and consuming content than exactly what we're going to be doing. When we release Tyler's app,
everything lives on this.
It's going to be hard.
Right.
I may not know how to use it right away.
Yeah.
And his friends will know how to use it in 5 seconds.
I'm 23 years old, so I grew up with the internet getting better. Like, my generation is the internet. That's all we know. This thing controls our life. So what you guys sit and try to figure out and got these graphs and try to study stuff, it's our intuition. Like, we know this stuff. This is us. You guys are studying us so you can keep a job. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the truth. It's the truth. We know these things, and everything is going. This is where life is going. You guys all got your phones out and all of this stuff, and you sitting here with this big old lens when they just sitting here taking the same photo on their phone.
Makes pretty nice photos.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I have a show on Cartoon Network, and we had a slot time, I don't know, probably 11 p.m. at night. A lot of people, especially when you're my age or whatever, you're not home at a certain time to catch a TV show you want to watch. So you got to try to find it on the internet or sit there and TiVo it. When I was sitting there one day and I was thinking, why isn't it just available to just in one click of a button on the phone? And that's when, luckily, this guy came into my world and we figured out, let's just cut the middleman out, which will be the cable company, and just get straight to the point.
So let's be practical, because you describe this as an over-the-top system. That usually means people are going to pay for this. There's something you're going to sell,
Not necessarily.
Right? No, it might be free?
It'll have some.
There's going to be some money involved.
I think you can assume that when you look at all the different offerings we have, most, if not all of them, will have a significant free version, and some of it will be premium in some ways.
Look, you want a cheeseburger, get the cheeseburger. If you want bacon, you got to pay extra.
But you're selling both. Good.
If we're gonna have premium, if we're gonna have stuff that costs a lot of money to produce, that is of we'll call traditional media type quality, and we're going to on many of these hubs.
How are you going to make stuff for this thing specifically?
Yeah,
yes.
That's the thing. It's my own network. It'll have original content, like a lot of original content, and things that I like. A lot of things that I'm into.
And it will be only available through your site, your service.
This stuff he's creating, writing, we're producing right now.
Only be here. It's its own network.
So you said we've got an archaic system, Lloyd, and we should blow it up, but we should.
I didn't say we should blow it up. I've been part of the archaic system.
It's worked
so
well
I'm
for
not
you. ABC, Yahoo.
Yeah, I've been a big
so
part
much.
of it for my entire career.
But we have seen versions of people who are famous. They get famous on TV or radio, then they go off and they do a direct-to-fan thing. We're seeing bits and pieces of it. Glenn Beck is one of the most prominent examples. There's a couple other people trying to create things like this. As soon as Jon Stewart announced he was leaving, there were a bunch of smart people on the internet saying, he should go direct to the fan. I think they're wrong, but in that case. But for you guys, Tyler, for you, you've got a deal on Cartoon Network. That's Time Warner. You've got a deal with Sony. You've used this apparatus, even though you're only 23. You've used this existing system to build up your profile. Do you think you could start literally without any of this support system and create yourself?
Yeah, of course, because that's how I started. Like the way that I got famous was me going on Tumblr and creating my own website and just putting things out like that with the strategic, it had a strategy to it, but putting out music for free, and that's how it got known. And then next thing I know, Sony's like, hey, we'll give you a bunch of money to do X and O, and we just eat a little bit. And I've used them to my advantage in the same way that I've used other things, to my advantage.
They didn't make you.
No, not at all. So I know how to do this without, those platforms. And another thing is the fun thing about this is we in our squad, we're not afraid to fail. Like we're not scared of failing or whatever. So we're learning as we go. So maybe this doesn't work out, but it'll be a learning experience, and that'll help other people look at the mistakes we made and figure out what they're trying to do.
Are you going to get paid up front from this from Lloyd? Is Lloyd going to cut you a check?
Am I getting paid up front for this?
You can get your check?
I don't know, but it's not about money for me. Like it's not. I wanted my own network. I wanted to do something cool, and it's always about just me doing something that I think is awesome. And the money will come. I'm not worried about that. That'll come when the universe decides for it to come. But
because I think for some people that's a reason not to do this, especially if they have a career on TV or a career on radio where they're getting paid a lot. And I mean, talk to me. Tyler's doing it for free apparently, but Howard Stern, the Kardashians, are they going to make money from you up front, or are they going to get paid on performance?
I don't think anyone's going to do it for free. Let's start with that. And
so you're getting paid, Tyler.
I'm not suggesting that this is something everybody should do either. There's this is I think a fantastic new paradigm for a lot of what I would consider to be premium brands and influencers who have really passionate fan bases, who want to be actively engaged in the creative process, and who want to control their rights and be able to monetize them in all sorts of different ways and have them all work together. All those of us who grew up in traditional media, and certainly those of us who have represented talent, the game over the years has been you break up the rights and you sell them all over the place. So they'll sell TV rights here, movie rights here, a merchandising deal here, and you'll have media companies in the marketplace all doing their things, sometimes working against each other. Some are selling ad time, and none of it's really working together. But you got the most money you possibly could out of these different rights, which were exploited in very specific platforms.
That sounds like a pretty good model.
Oh,
you get
great.
paid a lot of times for for the same thing.
By all means, that will continue for a lot of people. There are others who look at it and say, wow, if I had all the rights working together, if I could, have Michael Casson and Wendell Millard go and take these rights, nice plug, huh, Casson, and sell them, across everything that the artist is doing, that the brand is doing, which is, I think, what advertisers who are selling, in a programmatic world, if it's programmatic and we're selling sort of super premium brand, they're going to want to be everywhere that artist is.
So I'm still a little confused. Is this a physical thing, place, service that people are going to go to get Tyler, or is this more of a rights amalgamation where people are going to cut deals through this?
Well, when you look at an app on your phone, Peter, is it physical or is it a place to go and get something? I mean, it's either a website or it's an app, but it's a
But it's
digital.
going to be the sole place to get it, or it's just you're going to sort of collect rights and you might divvy them up
Sometimes it'll be the sole place to get it. Sometimes we may make distribution deals where we window content in other ways for other players. I'm not saying with these media hubs that we're not going to be working with traditional media players. I fully expect to be in most of what we do. And I think that all ships will rise in that. But it's case by case.
So Tyler, you do music videos, you put on a festival, a fashion line, you do all this stuff. Do you pull back on some of that because you're going to spend all your time making stuff for the new thing?
It's no different than what I'm doing now. 1,000 things, and I never even thought of it like that.
Do you think your fans have an expectation that if they come to you once a day, once a week, whatever the schedule is, you'll have a thing for them?
I don't think of expectations. I just do what feels right and go from there.
How did Lloyd sign you up? How did Lloyd come to you?
My manager, Clancy, knew him, and he came up to me one day like, yo, just had a great idea, whatever. And then we met, and first time I met him, he wasn't like the other dudes. He had this energy and this charisma and this fun, and allowed me to be my wild self. It was cool, and from there, it was just perfect. We would trade ideas back and forth, and I would build on his ideas that he would throw, he would build on mine, and it just worked out, and now we're talking to you guys.
Tyler's agent, Dave Wertschafter, is a
General Mills need a sponsorship.
Dave Wertschafter is a close friend of mine, Tyler's agent. And
Yeah.
Dave as Dave has gotten to know my business, Dave introduced me to Chris Clancy, and that's how it all.
Were you a big Tyler fan?
I don't think you knew I existed.
No.
Which made it awesome
No.
that he didn't know that I was even a thing.
My kids were.
Yeah, so that helped. And had you brought in the Kardashians and Howard yet? Or did you get them to get to him or vice versa?
I think we were already in business with Kardashians and Howard when we met Tyler.
So those are two good examples. I have questions about both Kardashians and Howard. So Howard has a job. He's working at Sirius. That deal goes on for a little bit longer. When that's done, does he become a radio guy working with you?
There's absolutely no discussion about relating to the radio show. Howard's experience is a separate endeavor that we're doing together, and
seems like it could work really well. He, instead of selling subscriptions through Sirius, sells them through you, keeps more of the money.
Last I checked, Howard's doing pretty well in his current paradigm. So,
do you think he's going to stay on in radio?
That's not for me. Do I think he's going to stay in radio? I sure hope he does. I don't think there's anyone better. And I have no reason to believe he wouldn't.
And so you don't want to it seems like it'd be very easy for you to take his radio business, move it over to you. You could do a digital audio subscription or some version of that.
I answered the question, Peter. I don't know how to.
Sometimes I ask 2 or 3 times.
What?
And the third time you might break.
I can't. I'm not going to make up an answer. The answer is exactly what I just gave you.
And the Kardashians, again, they're everywhere. They're not underexposed. What do they get from being with you that they're not doing already?
Well, they'll have the ability to control that part of their life, and we will be able to, for each one of them, as opposed to grouping them all together under some Kardashian label. The truth of the matter is, the 5 sisters are very different from each other, speak to different audiences, have different interests, and each one of their hubs will be very, very different from the other, and will be in its own way very robust, again with original content, licensed content, any other kind of content you can possibly imagine, and it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all. We literally do what's tantamount to a business plan for every artist or brand that we're going to be going into.
What's the most important thing you're bringing to this? Is it that you're financing it? Is there actual technology that's special sauce here?
It's everything, because to do this, besides having to have the technical platform and all of that to pull it off, you have to, if you're not doing a fan club, if you're actually looking to create original media experiences and be able to get licensed content and be able to distribute that all over the world and finance it and market it, well, that's a lot of infrastructure, and not a lot of companies have been built that way.
Tyler, you couldn't do this on your own? It seems like you say like it is, you're already doing this anyway.
Nah, he just, I mean, dude, we answered this question already.
I know, sometimes I ask again.
He didn't like the
Did they
answer.
ask questions?
I don't know, we'll find out.
They look like they're interested. You guys have any questions for us?
Give me a couple minutes, we'll get to them.
I like this front row, especially this dude right here. Yeah, the thumbs up, I like him.
We can go to questions, but so the point is, you like Lloyd's deal, you're already doing it, you think you can do it better with him?
Yeah, it's just a match made in heaven, man. That's the best thing, just finding people who's on the same wavelength as you, you know, that understands you and who's just open-minded to new things, and they just they just have a passion to just make tight stuff.
Lloyd, how many of these can you do? How many of these are you gonna do?
Not too many. Not too many, not too soon. I think the most important thing for us to do is to really focus on the ones we have to make them great. We will do more. We're in discussions for a bunch more right now, but
Is this hundreds? Is it dozens?
No. In the next 3 years, you know, maybe they're 10, 12. It depends. They're not easy to do. It would be very difficult, I think, for anyone. It depends on how much scale you want to have, and it depends on how robust you want these to be. I mean, anyone can just make a video and post it on YouTube, or there's a million things any of us can do. What you're actually looking to do is pretty much create your own network, and you want a whole experiential, interactive part on top of that as well, because the artists are going to be able to interact with their fans in meaningful ways as part of all this as well. Then that stuff it's not trivial. And so I think our most important, what we're trying to keep our eye on is make the ones we're doing great and not do too many.
Tyler thinks you guys will ask better questions than I will, so let's put the lights up and let you guys have a shot.
No question.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
Woo!
She runs Pinterest. She's smart.
Hey, Joanne, we met about 28 minutes ago.
I know, and I didn't realize the connection to Adventure Time. It is my family's favorite TV show.
That's crazy. I enjoy that show.
It's a great show. So can you tell me about the socks and why you gave them to this entire crowd, since you've said that you don't give clothes to famous people? We're not famous people, but we're not, you know, so I was just curious about that.
Okay, one of the guys that worked for me, Brad, he was like, hey, you can give a gift in the bag at the place. I was like, all right, let's give him some socks. And he gave me socks. And one thing I noticed, which I'm very happy about, I gave you guys like yellow and red socks or whatever, really colorful. I've noticed everyone here has this weird, like you wear like a suit shirt, but with jeans. What is that called? It's weird.
Business casual.
Why do you do that? You look kinda comfortable, but kinda uncomfortable. And it's all black and like these dark, depressing, serious colors. So I'm happy that I gave y'all the yellow socks to brighten up. Like when I came out here and I said hi, everyone was like, that's why I was like, do you guys have vocal cords? How are you? Hi. And then everyone's like, hey. And then I finally got to see you guys smile, because walking around, everyone was just on their phone and just looked depressed. And so I'm happy I gave you guys some bright, annoying, obnoxious yellow socks, and I hope you wear them.
We wear them
All right.
tonight.
Woo!
Thank you.
Okay. And then my other question is, can you just talk about how advertisers feel about you, and do you care how they feel about you?
I don't care. 2, I'm my own advertisement. 3, I hate advertisements. When I'm on, anyone here works for YouTube? Anyone? I hate when I'm on YouTube and I'm trying to watch a video. It's a specific video I'm trying to watch. And it's that stupid little annoying 15-second ad. Yes. Stop doing that. We don't like it. The people who keep YouTube running that goes to your website and look at videos that looked up what's something you would look up? I'll go on YouTube and type in brown jacket, okay? And I want to see this video that I clicked of a brown jacket. Why 15 seconds before I have to see Lady Gaga doing the moonwalk on a freaking rock? I don't want to see that. So to everyone who owns these companies and who get paid through advertisement and stuff, think of a better way to do that.
You got a better idea?
Because when I see that, it makes me not ever want to go to your website again.
You got a better idea?
Not yet, because I don't have a website with advertisement, so.
Question over here.
Hey, I'm Seema. I run the media business at Tumblr.
Hi, Seema. I love Tumblr.
Tumblr loves you. I have to say, though, I'm a Cinnamon Toast Crunch fan, not French toast.
Dude, me too, but dude, they haven't made this since like 97. I was like 6. The fact that it's back, I am very happy. We don't.
Yeah, I feel you. So my question is, I'm intrigued by what you guys are doing. I think we've seen it in some other iterations, Ning, for instance. But you were born on Tumblr. Tumblr, your web-facing Tumblr, it's O&O. You could be doing what you're saying you're going to do as far as cutting out the middleman and being direct to your fans there. Why not keep going there? That's where your audience is.
Well, the thing with that is that as much as I love Tumblr, I still use it. One of the only things I still check is that that's still the middle. Like, if I went on my phone, I would click the Tumblr app to do that. With this, I will click whatever I decided to draw as my logo, and it's mine.
He wants
It's
to cut
mine.
you out.
It's nothing else.
Well, you could go to the Tumblr app to see your content in the dashboard, or I go to your
But it's the
Tumblr.com.
Tumblr's dashboard, not my dashboard. That's the thing. I'm my Tumblr. I'm my Instagram. And that's the beauty of it, is that it's all mine. After this, I could go draw out the new layout of this thing that we're doing that I want only for September, and then we could get that made. And you get what I'm saying? It's cutting out the middleman. And don't get me wrong, I still love Tumblr. I would still probably use Tumblr because you guys are awesome. But this is my own thing. I'm leaving the nest.
Peter, in the first meeting I had with Tyler, he pitched us a show we wanted to do. We're making it now. That's part of the difference, is we can do that.
Alex.
I wore a pink shirt for you, so.
It's beautiful. That's more of like a weird salmon, dark watermelon, but I like it.
Yeah, salmon's the color.
I love it.
I wish it was more pink. So I think you're more than just Tyler. The first 2 albums I bought were the 2 Odd Future collections, and I have both of your albums, both of Earl's albums. And you've done a really good job of building a collective that's more than just one person. So why not sort of do more of that instead of just the pure Tyler brand?
That's the thing. You have to start. You know when you're on an airplane and they say, hey, if we're about to die, don't help everyone else. You help yourself first and then help everyone. That's what we're doing. So with this, I'm going to perfect this guy. So then when that's 10 out of 10,
Here you go, Lloyd.
I could go to everyone else and turn their 2 out of 10
You don't think
to
you
a
could
10.
be helped by having Frank Ocean involved and Earl and others that also have big brands that could sort of elevate the umbrella brand?
That's what I'm
bigger?
saying. We'll get there, dude. Like I don't think their plane is gonna die anytime soon. So let me make sure my plane is up and running, and then I'll jump out of mine and parachute to theirs and make sure that they're involved in my whole little plane show.
It's a friendly metaphor.
How do you plan with the user's behavior, right? So if I'm on my phone and I'm looking at all your stuff on Twitter or Tumblr, wherever it is, right? I'm kind of accustomed to Facebook, Twitter. These are like the norm for me. And my user behavior, it seems to follow that same type of sequence. How do I even...
What was it before that?
It was nothing.
Exactly, and you worked to get to that norm. It became a habit. You have to start somewhere.
True, but
How are you going to bring them over?
But to the contrary, how do you bring them up? Oprah Winfrey left the Oprah show that was on ABC to have their own network, and it's doing okay. It's not, you know, it wasn't a quick fix. It wasn't like everybody that watches the Oprah show is going to jump and go to own network. It just doesn't happen that way.
She's growing, man. She's growing. They'll eventually, if they want, if they'll get there. And I think that's the beauty of it, just starting fresh. And then, yo, I'm over here now, and then word of mouth and just things growing like that. And it's, you know, when you first had the Facebook app on your phone, you had to start getting used to that. And same with Instagram, and same with this. And, you know, hey guys, I have a new, I just did so-and-so with insert famous person here. It's only on here though. That'll have people come in and things like that. You know, it'll work itself out with things like that. I remember I didn't use Instagram. Everyone had it, and then I finally got one, and then now every time I check my phone, I look at
You're going to build
Instagram.
it. They will come. When will this launch?
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Spring.
But
summer.
soon.
Oh, soon. Okay, on that note, we're going to have to leave it here. We got coffee. Tyler's going to be handing out cereal out in the hall.
No, I'm not.
Thanks, guys.